Hi, it's Mark here from Bella+Duke, and I was chatting with a friend today, and it kind of reminded me of something I used to say early on when we set up Bella+Duke, and part of the reason was before I moved or set up Bella+Duke, I used to feed my dogs dry kibble meaning dry dog food, and if you were anything like me, you would just put it down in the morning, not really take much notice, fill the bowl up, and then occasionally remember to look, and then fill it back up again. And I never really took any notice of how much my dogs were eating, if they were leaving it or not. And it was when I lost Morph to cancer that I really delved into the food and ended up on a raw natural diet, species specific, and created Bella+Duke off the back of that. And one of the things that my friend was saying this morning was that they had a friend's dogs over and they were doggy sitting for the weekend. And all three of their dogs are raw fed, but their friends are fed on kibble. And the problem you've got when you're doing that is their friend just said, yeah, you just feed it and leave it down. And the dogs will go and eat it when they're ready to eat. Now, there's two things which come off the back of that, and I never thought about it until I started doing raw, was when you feed a dog raw, and the people on this group who do this and feed their dogs raw already will know that your dog will run over 9 times out of 10 and eat it all up in one go, bang, because they're enjoying the food. What I noticed when I was doing kibble is dogs wouldn't necessarily eat it straight away, because possibly they were hoping you were going to serve them something else because they didn't quite enjoy it the way they do with raw. So what would tend to happen, and this is my opinion, is they would wait and go, I'm really, really hungry, I'm going to eat that stuff and graze. Because if you think about it, in the animals in the wild, if they caught prey, they would just eat it. They wouldn't leave it and graze. They would just go, I'm loving this, I'm eating it, and I don't want somebody else to eat it. If your dog's not diving into the food and it grazes through the day, just think about the reasons why they're possibly not doing it. The second thing, wasn't really taking any notice of how much they were feeding and eating. They were just eating when and if and when. So the problem, going back to my friend, was he's got 3 dogs that are on raw that eat their food straight away, and he's got his friend's dogs who look at the food and he can't leave it on the floor, he's got to pick it up. So he picks it up, puts it back down, they look at it again, after seeing the other 3 dogs eating raw and diving into it, picks it up, and then eventually the dogs are so hungry, they'll eat that stuff. And it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking when you go, there's perfectly fabulous, great, wonderful food here, fresh, everything that a dog needs, and you're having to feed this stuff, this kibble, this processed stuff, and wait until the dog's really hungry. Now, I know this doesn't happen for every single dog, because some dogs, if you have a Labrador, just love to eat, and they would eat your shoe. But, you know, if a dog looks at the kibble and stuff and goes, nah, there's a reason. So, you know, that's my epiphany again today, or epiphany, reminder of why I started Bella+Duke, is because you just get, you know, if you're grazing, and don't feel bad about it, because that's how I started. You know, I didn't take much notice. I believed everything on the side of these boxes. But, you know, there's a reason your dog grazes, because it's minging, in my opinion. Have you smelled it? It's minging. And if you believe it, what they write on the side there, go into a supermarket and go and try and buy the ingredients. You might be shocked. Hi, can I have some mammal derivatives, please? I don't think, what are you talking about? I haven't even bothered looking at the other ingredients. This is funny. Thing is, if you look on Bella+Duke, and I'm not saying that, you know, there's other great raw pet food companies out there. I just know what goes into my food. You know, it's quality good, it's quality meats, it's quality cuts, you know, and if you look at the ingredients deck, you'll get to see everything in there. You can go into a supermarket and make it yourself. That's the point. You can make it yourself. You don't have to invent these chemicals or whatever processed stuff you have to put in. You don't have to add vitamin C and all these other things. It's there and it's natural. And because it's in its natural state, it's much easier for the body to break it down and use it. Anyway, that was my little hoo-ha, kind of who's been winding me up for the day. And hi Jude, hi Sharon, hi Caroline, hi Braveen. That was my little rant for the day that, you know, just look at your dog. If you're feeding dry kibble, just think, why aren't they gobbling it down? Like I say, there's a few breeds out there we all know will eat everything and anything as fast as they possibly can. But for the rest of you who have dogs with taste buds, then yeah, try it out. What's the worst going to happen? Your dog might like it. All right, love to you all.